Welcome back once again to BSRTV. This is round 21, the final race of the evening from the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship at Indianapolis Road Circuit, with me, Chris Cohen, joined once again by Adam Barth. Adam, third race of the evening, always the most interesting in terms of the grid, and today is no different.
Yeah, this race has always been the crazy race of the race meeting. I'm sure it's going to be the same this time.
Pole position then is going to go to Julian Janowski, who came 20th in the last race, so reverse top 20 on the grid. Matt Walker joins him on the front row. I believe it's the first time he'll be on the front row of the grid in any of these races, but Stelian Chapelevsky is in 4th place as a result of finishing in 17th in the last race. That's going to make things a little bit interesting as well.
Yeah, we almost wrote Chapelevsky off after his engine blew in race 1. He had to fight his way through the pack in race 2, and now he's managed to get a reverse grid spot for the final race. It's going to be interesting to see what part he can play. I wouldn't count him out of a win.
Russell Laidler taking the victory in that last race. It was a brilliant job, really, to get so high up the grid that early on and just held on to it from there.
Yeah, he came under pressure right at the very end from Wojciech Savidovic. In fact, the gap at the end was just under 1/10 of a second. Shows you how much Savidovic was pushing by the end of the race.
And Russell Laidler, did you feel the pressure from Savidovic on that last lap?
I'd be lying if I said no.
It was a great move down at the start. It looked like your own Kaiser at the start of race 2 bogged down a little bit, but it wasn't going to let you stop him from getting in your way.
I just had my eyes forward. I saw a gap and I thought, I'm going for this, but I was trying to keep in my mind where Ellis was. I didn't realise I'd done Linus as well, so as soon as I got to the corner, saw Ellis go and Jerome sort of backed out. I just noticed myself in second, and I got a bit excited then.
Well, I don't blame you, and be completely honest, how much of your race win was a result of me saying how crap CQR were doing in the championship?
I suppose it might have helped motivate me on. There's a lot of luck in that. That was a really lucky race for me. I know I normally do reasonably well in reverse grids, and I feel it's been a long time coming, but there was a lot of luck involved in that.
Well,
just everything timed just right for me.
20th place in this final race is all ahead of you to do. How high up the grid can you get by the end of the race 3?
19th.
19th.
I'll be happy to finish. It's one thing that I've never been able to do properly, is have 3 good consistent finishes. I always seem to like DNF in one race, so if I'm going to do it, it'll probably be now, but I want to sort of shake that gremlin, and I just want to get another decent finish, and then I don't know, I've won a race, so I just want to go and celebrate.
Well, one more race to get through first. We'll let you go prepare for that, so congratulations on your win and best of luck for race 3.
Thank you very much, Chris. See you later, guys.
So Russell Laidler there for CQR. Just enough time now to go over to have a quick look at the standings. These are the standings after 20 races, as we've got about 2 minutes before we go down to the grid. Lopez extends his lead even further, Adam. He's now 92 points in front of Rushworth, and Savidovic has closed up the gap as well. Can anyone catch Lopez before the end of the season, given that there's 13 races after this one?
I believe the title's still on the race for the title still on at the moment. We're going to some pretty challenging tracks over the next few weeks. Got into Lagos, then we head back to Silverstone, but then the big one, Bathurst, the penultimate race of the season, before heading to Brands Hatch. I think the championship could be decided at Bathurst.
We're down on numbers as well this week, just because of the World Cup, I imagine. There's 36 out there. I mean, I say down on numbers, it's still an absolutely huge grid, really. It's fantastic to see so many of these drivers participating every single week as well, looking for that top prize. There's a $1,000 prize fund for the top 4 teams that are going to be finishing in this 33 race season. As Adam points out, Bathurst is a beast of a track, and in virtual and real racing we've seen before, Bathurst, it's very easy to block the track. One mistake up the mountain on the first lap and it could put a massive separation between the people ahead of that incident and everybody else who gets caught up in it. When we've seen no shortage of grid incidents this season, the penalty system does punish those who are involved and could have avoided any kind of incident, and hopefully we'll have some updates on the ones from today next week. But you've got to feel like if you block the track at Bathurst, Adam, and you end up costing people 10 seconds or more, then it's going to be a pretty stiff penalty on you.
Yeah, and also it'll most likely bring out a safety car, so we're going to probably see them come down on those people bringing collisions about at Bathurst.
Well, back to Indianapolis for now. One more race in the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship this evening. If you're wondering what the score is in the World Cup, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to tell you, because you wouldn't be here if you really cared about it. But glad to have you with us anyway, if you're watching live. Chepelevsky will be starting from 4th place. There he is on the grid. Matt Walker. What can Matt Walker do for the struggling KX Momentum team, who have lost Sebastian Job as well? He's unable to commit to the rest of the season. He is starting from 2nd. Janowski starts from pole position on this grid. Well, it's a great chance for Julian Janowski. We heard from Laura Bond, who said before that he's got to be the favourite to win this because he's so far up the grid, and he is a very quick driver as well. Chepelevsky, his teammate. There he is in number 15 Yuasa car. He's in 4th place. He has a big task ahead of him. Can he hold on? Can he keep his engine in one piece? Round 21 of the British Sim Racers Touring Car Championship is about to get underway. Janowski leads the field away as we get the green flag. Matt Walker looks to get a good start. There's Robert Plumley just behind, and Chepelevsky already closing up on the back of Matt Walker, if I can say that correctly. Everybody trying to filter through there. Oh, Plumley's into the back of Walker already. Little wobble there. Walker's blown his engine. Walker's engine's gone already. Oh, it's disaster for Matt Walker and everybody else trying to get through.
Lopez has been spun around. Lopez is facing the field, and there's more context to the back. He's now down in 36th position. Dreadful start for the championship leader.
And that's one of the... who is that in the... Well, I've got the order all wrong on the screen here. I think that's Nick McCarron in the 888 who's just gone off there. Chepelevsky leads after just half a lap. Matt Walker blown his engine on the first corner of the race, Adam.
Yeah, it looked like he was hard on the brakes, and I think he might have been going downshifting through the gears and his engine would have blown. That's such a shame for him. KX Club Card, they're last in the team standings at the moment. They could have done with a great result, but Matt Walker now out of the race.
Well, Pete Newman is also in 3rd place as a result of that. He's in uncharted territory for the privateer. Let's hope he can stay high up in the field as well. It's a good result. It's been evading him for a number of sessions now. Janowski down to 5th from pole position. Chepelevsky will surely just drive away from these guys now.
Yeah, Stalin Chepelevsky's got a 1.2 second lead. I think that's enough to get away from the slipstream from Robert Plumley. Jamie Rushworth is up in 7th after finishing 11th in race 2, so Jamie Rushworth needs this. He needs to gain as much points as he can on Adecoba Lopez, who's coming across the line outside the top 30.
Well, we've got a car on the way into the pits. That's Steve Hefford, I think, going into the pits after just one lap. Got a problem there, but Lopez being so far back, that's a huge blow for him. Stefan Hug is also just behind him on the circuit. Here's Rushworth's chance, isn't it?
Yeah, and at the end of the first lap, Adecoba Lopez came across the line in 27th position. So yeah, you're right, this is what Rushworth needs. He needs to gain those points because we're running out of rounds. I know we're only just over halfway through the season, but these rounds are coming thick and fast.
Our problem for Laura Bond there, the SCP Bianco driver. She is very slow round here. Has she got a slowdown penalty? Drop in places. She's pulled it off. I think she might have a slowdown penalty there, or no, some more serious problem with the car. She can't get it going. Well, she's way out of the position now. She's right back in 32nd. Not sure what's going on there. Well, maybe we can come back to that one. But Chepelevsky, look at the lead he's got now, Adam. 2.5 seconds already, only after 2 laps gone.
Yeah, he's pulled one on the pack. He's leaving them all for dead, and we're coming around to complete another lap here. I think Robert Plumley is starting to hold people up.
Well, Russell Laidler is at the head of this huge train of cars. We've got Reggie Blaine, David Baker, Andy Whitehead, Savidovic and Terry are all behind him. Here's a move from David Baker on Reggie Blaine. He's down the inside. He should be able to take this one down into turn 1. Oh, a bit of contact behind for Whitehead. Seems to survive, although he's going to lose a few places from that. David Baker takes that position away. He's now just got to get past Russell Laidler. That's his next task, to get into 12th place. That gap for the lead is now 3.5 seconds. So Chepelewski is on an absolute mission here. And Pete Newman actually looks like he's challenging for Robert Plumley's 2nd place at the moment.
Yeah, Plumley had massive amounts of understeer coming out of that corner onto the back straight. That's allowed Plumley to try and go around the outside. Meanwhile, Benjamin Gregory and Andreas Katz there having a bit of a battle as we head down the straight. Plumley manages to hold on ahead of Newman as we head around the final part of the lap.
And Katz is through, in fact, into 4th place from Ben Gregory, pushing him down to 5th. Katz is probably on paper faster than the 2 guys in front of him. So Plumley and Newman might well lose out, and the gap for the lead is now 5 seconds. Chepelewski is 5 seconds down the road from these guys. Even on a good day, Katz surely couldn't catch up 5 seconds in 14 laps, could he?
I think it all depends on time wear. I wonder if Stelian Chepelewski is pushing his tyres a bit too much, as here comes Peter Newman. He's round the outside of Robert Plumley. He's officially ahead on the timing screen, but I wonder if Robert Plumley will be late on the brakes. He's squirreling a bit out of control, but I think Newman runs a bit wide, and Plumley gets 2nd place back.
Well, Newman so nearly had that, but it's very difficult down the outside, especially with an aggressive braking move from Plumley, like he pulled off there. Fair play to Plumley, he kept that one under control nicely, holds on to 2nd place, but it's given the upper hand to Andreas Katz now, who will surely be within striking distance of these guys. But look at that, Jamie Rushworth is right behind. Once again, doesn't take the number 1 he's entitled to as champion. He's driving the number 21 this time round. Not sure what's going on with the numbering there.
Yeah, because he's been number 1 the last two races, so I don't know what's been going on there. As here comes Andreas Katz around the outside of P. Newman. I think Newman's got the position defended.
He has, but Plumley looks to have gone very wide there. I'm wondering whether Plumley's holding onto his tyres, you know, because we've seen him go suffer from that understeer on a number of occasions so far in this race, and it could all fall apart at the end. He might be in 2nd now, but it's a long way to the end of the race.
He may be looking after his tyres, but the gap is now 7.1 seconds between him and Chepelewski. Chepelewski last time lapped 2 seconds faster than Plumley as we head on to the banking. Here comes Andreas Katz. He seems to have got a run on P. Newman as we come off the banking onto the front straight. He's got the inside line. I think he might be able to have a go, and he's using the slipstream of Robert Plumley. He might be able to get all 3 of them. He goes through the middle, 3 abreast down this front straight. What can he do? He's past Plumley. Plumley's down to 4th. And now he's going to be down the inside of Pete Newman. Katz doesn't do it. Will he be able to do it though into the 2nd corner? Newman goes wide. Unbelievable.
That's fantastic. 2 places down the start-finish straight, and again Pete Newman just late on the brakes. Too late, in fact. What a move from Katz down the middle of both of those cars to take 2nd place. Oh, Newman on Plumley just behind, side by side. Look out for Jamie Rushworth as well. He's trying to come through this group. Side by side in the background, Simon Field and Ben Gregory. Simon Field's down the inside. He will take that position, but he's got to get round the outside of the next corner to hold on to it. And Gregory hasn't quite got what it takes, but there's so many cars here. It's just on a knife edge at the minute, Adam.
Yeah, this is brilliant final race action of the BSRTC. Just an update on Adeko Belovis. It's up into 19th place as here comes Rushworth down the inside of P. Newman. He's going to try and go around the outside into the next corner. I think he's got 4th place. Yes, he has. A brilliant move by Jamie Rushworth.
Jamie Rushworth takes 4th place. Already Katz is miles up the road, and Plumley's 2nd place is looking a bit shaky now. Plumley's 3rd place is looking a bit shaky, I should say. We're 5 laps in, so we're not quite at the halfway point of this race yet. Chepelewski has got 7.5 seconds. He's made up more than a second a lap so far, and he started 4th. It's not like he started on pole position.
Yeah, it just shows the potential.
Oh, Newman's off. Newman and Gregory. No, it's not. It's Newman and Field. Newman is flipping over down the start-finish straight. There's more contact behind. Is that Brostrom has just made contact? One of the SDP Biancos is off. Newman actually flips into the pit lane there. Savidovic is out. Wojtek Savidovic is caught up in that. A huge crash there. Let's go back and have another look at that one. That was such a good chance for Pete Newman, wasn't it? And what happened there?
Adam Terry involved as well. Both STP Bianco cars out. They've been having a nightmare of a race.
I think that Simon Field. Wow, that's absolutely horrendous to see that. Two cars spinning down the and Simon Field's actually disappeared in the middle of that. But let's have another look at that one from... Oh, there he is, just spinning over. Actually, the physics weren't too bad on that one, to be fair. Let's go back and have a look at that one from Simon Field's point of view. Now, Pete Newman hits the wall, and I don't think Simon Field's expecting him to slow down. Pete Newman he's actually spun out in front of Simon Field. It's not like Simon Field's caused that collision. There's nothing Field can do. And then look at this from Savidovic's point of view. Sees the carnage. He's on the brakes. He's on the brakes here. He's looking for a way round. And someone else just behind has not got on the brakes early enough. So it's one of the movie goes there. Didn't get on the brakes. And Savidovic is backwards now. And thinking that is the end of my race. I don't know which of the... it might have been Linus Broström, in fact.
Yeah. Yes, it was Linus Broström.
So he needed to get on the brakes a little bit earlier than that. And he suffers as a result of that one as well. Just going back here a little bit further from Broström's point of view, you can see there's the brakes from Savidovic. Broström needs to get on the brakes here, but he's not. He tries to just keep it nailed, which I don't think is the right position to be in. And yeah, from there it's just carnage, absolute carnage. So many cars caught up in that. Broström is having to pull that one back into the pits now. So, well, advantage Stelian Chepelewski, because after all that, he is now 8.5 seconds ahead of Andreas Katz. And scary situation to be in for some of those drivers.
Yeah, but one of the main beneficiaries is Adeko Lopez. He's now up into 12th place and is challenging Alexander Smolenski as we head down the back straight.
Well, all of those drivers managing to keep out of that. Who kept out of it? Smolenski and Lopez kept out of it as well. Laidler's up to 6th as a result of that. Managed to sort of get out of the way of that. And Pete Newman, it's such a shame. He's doing so well and just caught the wall. And it's so easy to do on the, on the exit of that oval corner.
Yeah, it is a shame for Pete Newman. After all, he was an independent effort. Good to see him up there. Hopefully we'll see him up there again at the next race in 2 weeks' time at Interlagos. As here comes Lopez.
And you were saying, weren't you, earlier on about Ralf Schumacher's crash at that very corner in 2004. And it was a very similar situation, it's just there was a lot more cars around. Schumacher got away with it without any further contact, but he didn't get away with it, he was injured in it. But Smolenski now down the inside. Lopez can't do anything but make contact with him. I think Smolenski tried to use his car as a shield there, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, now Lopez is up into 11th place. So much for this race being ruined for Lopez. He was in 36th at one point, but now he's up into 11th position. This man is unbelievable.
Well, a top 10 finish is on the cards for him, surely. It's quite a long way back, I suppose, but Smolenski's losing a lot of time now. Stevens slips through into 12th place. He's got Andrew Whitehead just behind him, and guest driver Bjorn de Haas is behind him for Movie Go Racing. What can Bjorn de Haas do? He doesn't make the headlines as a guest driver, but he gets some really good results. He's up into 15th and challenging now for an even higher position. Smolenski's definitely got an issue here.
Yeah, he's crabbing badly, and Haas hits him a bit, and that's bad news for the Iwasa car.
Smolenski's got to get out of the way, surely. That could have been really nasty, and
he's still going, dearie, but he's now coming. Nick McCarron doesn't know what to do. He's right behind him.
Well, McCarron's going to tiptoe down the inside, but that's really held up Bjorn de Haas. I feel very sorry for him, because he shouldn't now be under threat from these guys. Dan Kraft coming through.
Oh, for goodness sake.
Smolenski just needs to get off the track, I think. Look at that. Still not off the track. He's trying to head to the pit lane. What's happened to Dan Kraft? He's survived, but that could have been a lot worse. He was very slow in that corner, and Dan Kraft was caught completely unawares. None of these drivers obviously aware that he has a problem until he's right in their face. So Dancraft doing a good job actually, is a stand-in for Scott Malcolm in 20th place here. Under threat from Eckhart von Glan, just behind, but holding him off. And now a full a full 10-second lead now, held by Stelian Chepelewski at the front of this race. He's just cruising, isn't he?
Yeah, 10-second lead ahead of Andreas Katz. Jamie Rushworth in 4th. A problem for Robert Plumley, I think. He's dropped down to 7th position. However, Jerome Kaiser is now having a battle between Russell Laidler in the CQR car, the winner of the second race. He's doing a great job up in 4th.
He's got back up to 4th already. He started in 20th place and he's now driving in 4th. That's a Jacobo Lopez-like performance from Russell Laidler. I doubt he's going to win this one. I very much doubt he's going to win this one because he's got a full 21 seconds to make up in order to do so. Katz is holding on to 2nd here. Here's what the positions look like after 10 laps, and it's really going Chepelewski's way. So one final victory for the evening for him should cheer him up a little bit after blowing his engine in the first race.
Yeah, and a useful stat for you. It looks like this is going to be the first race weekend since Belgium that a Jacobo Lopez has not won a race.
That is a very interesting statistic. Oh, and Kaiser nips through on the brakes, but Laidler looks to fight back here. Laidler was talking before about not being able to finish 3 races in one evening. He's had some inconsistencies that he wants to sort out. Looks like he's on the cards to do so, his best chance yet. And that's David Baker just behind as well in the chrome restart. 2 chrome restarts attacking. Oh, and a little nudge from behind from Kaiser. And I think Kaiser slows down to avoid taking advantage of that unfair move, and then gets collected by David Baker from just behind him. Plumley looks to attack now, and he's got Stefan Hook behind, so it's 3 chrome restarts all in the picture there.
Yeah, Stefan Hook had a nightmare of a race too. He ended up being in the pit, so a great recovery job by him. He's up into 8th place.
4 in fact, so all the chrome restarts are just in your picture there because Ben Gregory's just behind as well. Oh, look out, Plumley almost he did make contact with Hoog, kept it under control though. I think he'd rather just lose a few places than take both of them out, which is probably for the best. So after that start finish straight brawl we had earlier, Simon Field's out, Brewstrom is out, Terry is out, Pete Newman is out, and Matt Walker's out. So from the front row of the grid, Adam, we were talking about Matt Walker's best chance to score some really good points and just couldn't do it.
Yeah, the top 3 basically were pretty much wiped out after the first few laps here, and as always the cream rises to the top. Stelian Chepelewski, Andreas Katz, Jamie Rushworth, they're back up there.
Jacobo Lopez moves up past Robert Plumley into 10th place. Another top 10 finish is on the cards for Jacobo Lopez in 34 eBay Motors, so he's going to take even more points for eBay Motors. Having a look down the field as well, Steve Richardson having a very good race in the number 35 for eBay Motors. He's in 14th place, and he doesn't normally get quite that high because of the strong competition in this series, but all he's got to do now is just hold that car on the same sort of pace he's been doing the whole race, and he will take some decent points out of this one.
Yeah, Lopez up into 9th place as well. He's just got past Reggie Blaine.
Oh, it didn't take him long, did it? So Ben Gregory's the next target. And it's a collision between Gregory and Lopez. Lopez is going to lose it. He's on the inside. He can't keep it on the track, surely. He's going to turn that one around, and we were saying top 10, but what on earth happened there with Ben Gregory and Lopez?
I don't know whether it was Lopez trying to get as much places as he could, or Gregory doing a bit of a defensive job on him. We'll have a look at the replay.
Well, let's have a look at that one from the overhead. There's a button for that somewhere. Yeah, there it is. Couldn't find the button. Gregory is being chased down by Lopez here as we approach the corner. Well, Gregory just looks to be going so slowly in that corner, and Lopez can't avoid the contact. I'm not sure why he was going that slowly in that corner. And just behind, that was Reggie Blaine, who just about got away with it. Didn't make contact with Lopez, but it was mighty close, and Lopez is facing the wrong way. Luckily it's his teammate that comes up next, so no chance of sort of competition getting back onto the track there as Ellis Stevens just keeps out of his way. But yeah, I don't know, it seems to be wherever Ben Gregory goes, there seems to be incidents associated with it.
Yeah, I don't know whether Gregory overshot a bit into the left-hander. Maybe that was the reason why he was going so slow. But then he does have contact with the championship leader, Adekova Lopez. He's had a bit of an accident-filled race meeting.
Doesn't seem to be suffering as a result because he is in 8th place, and he's got Reggie Blaine right behind him, but it's still a top 10 finish. Plumley now up into the top 10. Lopez going to have to make up 4 seconds to get back into the top 10.
Meanwhile, I think the battle we should be focusing on is Jerome Kaiser, Russell Laidler, and then the 2 Chrome Restart cars. Look, they're all right with each other as we head onto the banking. 2 laps to go.
3 Chrome Restart cars. And Russell Laidler, he's like the black sheep amongst all those guys. He tries to get down. He's got down the inside of all 3 of them. Kaiser's going to lose out here. Laidler's on the inside. Can he take all 3 of them here and leave them for dust? It's Hoog. Kaiser gets out of the way of Hoog. Baker now around the outside. Baker will take the place from Laidler. So Laidler switches places, but no gain overall. Laidler versus Hoog. Hoog's around the outside now. Russell Laidler, that car still looks remarkably good considering how much close quarters racing he's been doing. Thanks for that one. I'll get your sponsorship check later on, CQR. 69 of Stefan Hoog looks to make his way around but can't do it. David Baker might well pull away from this one, Adam.
Yeah, it's a shame for Jerome Kaiser. He was having another great race, but now he's dropped to the back of this pack, and let's see what Stefan Hoog can do. He's in the slipstream of Russell Laidler. Laidler trying to stop the slipstream from being effective. Hoog has a look, but Laidler defends the inside. What can Hoog do? He stays behind him as we head round the long right-hander and then down into the left-hand. I think Hoog might be setting him up for a move onto the banking as we start the final lap.
So just 1 to go now, and Reggie Blaine has got past Robert Plumley. So Reggie Blaine up to 8th place behind this battle here. Jerome Kaiser's probably not too bothered about the fact that Hoog got past him because he's, Hoog's the one going for the championship out of all of these guys. David Baker though having a fantastic evening again, and we haven't really mentioned him that much. He just tends to keep himself out of all trouble, looking to pull away here, but Hoog's got the advantage now as we enter the last lap. Hoog should be able to take Laidler on the inside here. Oh, Laidler turns into Hoog, door banging going on there, and the 87 makes a nice dent in the left side. Oh, and another nudge there, tries to put Hoog off. I think these two are really going for it on the final lap. Nothing to lose now for these two.
They're still rubbing each other, and they're going to watch out here because here comes Jerome Kaiser.
Oh, they just forced each other so wide there. Oh, Kaiser's off. Kaiser's off. Oh, contact with Russell Laidler. Oh, terrible. Jerome Kaiser is going to be out of this race, I think. He's got it turned around. He's still going. Still in 11th place, but that has put Koba Lopez back into the top 10. Meanwhile, Chapelewski's basically finished. We're only halfway around the lap with the rest of these guys. He's come around the final corner now. Stelian Chapelewski is going to do it. He's going to take the victory. His first of the season and the first for the team. 1 corner to go. He's round the final corner, onto the bank section, off the bank section rather. Round 21 goes to Stelian Chapelewski. Great victory. Andy Katz comes through to take 2nd, and Rushworth will take 3rd. Good result for him, and then a long way back to David Baker. A chaotic last lap for the Chrome Restart guys with the CQR of Russell Laidler. Hoog, and then Laidler comes through, and I think Jerome Kaiser will feel rather hard done by. Reggie Blaine takes 7th place. Plumley 8th, good top 10 finish. Lopez, I'm not sure if that's right, we'll have to get confirmation. Says he finished in 11th, but I'm not sure that's right, is it?
I think
it's 8th.
Yeah, he finished in 8th place. He managed to barge Robert Plumley out the way rather rudely going into the final corner and managed to get 8th place. Great drive from 36th on the first corner to 8th place.
Well, we said at the start of the show that it's likely to be the most exciting race of the evening because the third one normally isn't. It didn't disappoint, Adam.
Another brilliant race 3. Shame it wasn't at the front. Stelian Chapelewski managed to pull away. However, we saw some great action and some pretty big crashes.
Pete Newman actually says, just missed the apex. That was the big start-finish straight incident. He kissed the wall and then got bounced back onto the track. So he says, sorry to ruin so many people's races with a stupid mistake. So it's good of him to come forward and say that. But it was a major effect on the race, because Adam Terry was knocked out by that, and Simon Field as well. And we lost poor old Matt Walker, of course, on the first corner, after blowing his engine. And well, it's not a good night for Matt Walker. It wasn't a good night for Adam Terry really either. And you know, I was actually hoping to get a word with Stelian Chepelevsky after his race victory, but it doesn't look like he's available for comment. Oh, speak of the devil, and he shut up here. So let's go over and see if we could have a word with race winner Stelian Chepelevsky. Are you there, Stelian? Well, he's appeared, but he's not. He's got nothing to say. So he's obviously too excited, having won that race. Maybe he'll be able to.
Hello.
There he is. So congratulations on your race victory there, and you did it in some style by winning after a huge margin there. You were just faster than everybody in the final race. Okay, moving swiftly on. It's your first race win of the season. It's going to be very difficult for you to... well, it's been difficult for you all season, but talk us through that first race. What happened to the engine? I think Stelian's possibly having some connection issues there. But, we'll stay with him just in case. Stella, your engine blew in the first race. What can you tell us? That's a shame. I think we've lost him. Maybe some connection problems for Stelian Chepelevsky, so we'll have to leave that one there. But it was a great drive nonetheless from the Bulgarian to take UASA Racing's first win of the season. It's been a difficult season for UASA, isn't it? Because they looked like they had a very strong lineup, Adam, and then we came into a situation where, you know, last week Zuzov just didn't have any luck. There's been some rather questionable driving from Smolensky this season, although he is very quick. So it just hasn't all pieced together for them.
Yeah, the headline was at the start of the season that this was a rejuvenated UASA. They brought in a new entry, Stenimir Zuzov, and they brought in some top 10 finishers like Smolensky, Chernovsky, and of course Stelian Chepelevsky. So it's a shame we haven't seen them perform better this season. However, a win at round 21 for a rejuvenated team, that's a good result.
Absolutely, and I'd love for him to be able to tell you himself, but Chepelevsky is going to be leaving the series at the end of the race, I believe, as he's actually moving country, so he's going to be relocating. Whether he'll be back after that, I'm not sure, but the UASA Racing driver will be taking some time out to actually go and relocate. So that's some rather big news there. And here's the Ayrton Senna Trophy winner, of course, from earlier in the season, the best driver on round 1 from Silverstone, and it was really well deserved for him to take that. No championship this time round, I don't think, for Chepelevsky. Very close in the past, a great driver nonetheless, and hopefully we'll be able to see him back out on the track very soon. Speaking of racing and scheduling, there is going to be no racing next week because there is some kind of game involving England or something. I don't know what that's all about. It's something like that anyway. Football, is it? Something like that. I don't know. So we won't be on air. We'll be taking a week off from the racing. But when it returns, it will be returning on the 26th of June. So on the 26th of June, we're back in action for rounds 22, 23 and 24. And the championship will start closing down, Adam, really. The question is, can anyone catch Lopez?
Yeah, the title contenders failed really to take much out of him at this race weekend, even though Lopez started on pole and failed to win a single race. Funnily enough, even though the World Cup is going on in Brazil, we will be in Brazil in 2 weeks' time at the Interlagos circuit. It's a much better event to watch, I assure you. We'll be there in 2 weeks.
And if that's too long for you to wait for more BSRTC iRacing action, the Skip Barber series is back on Monday. That's from 8:40 p.m. We'll have some qualifying, and we'll have some 30 minutes of Skip Barber open wheel racing for you. And the GT Sprint Cup also has an off week, I believe, next Tuesday. So just the Skip Barber will be next week, but that is usually Tuesdays as well. So the McLarens, the BMWs, and the RUFs. Almost said Porsche then. I couldn't possibly say Porsche on an iRacing game. Terrible. They will be back in action Tuesdays, usually Tuesdays from 8:15, and all of those times are UK times. And all of the archive footage is there on the channel. Biggest thanks you can give us as a viewer really is to hit that subscribe button on YouTube, give us a subscription, and you can even have a little message that comes up on your YouTube every time we put up a new video, so you don't have to miss out. But thanks for watching this evening. So from me and Adam, we'll see you in 2 weeks.